I'm having a fat ugly day. Hey champs, how you doing? So today I'm going to be doing another weigh-in and a measuring. Back in May I did a weigh-in and went to Boots and did the whole BMI on the machine thing, and then in end of August I measured myself. I kind of figure that the BMI is all very well and good, but in actual fact sometimes maybe you know the measurements, you can tell by how your clothes are fitting or whatever, how your measurements are going. So we're going to do the second measurement today. And yesterday, woo, the second time in my life I've bought a set of scales. Now I never weigh myself, I never diet, never have done. The first time I bought a set of scales was in actual fact to weigh my luggage before we went on holiday a few years ago. Anyway, they were so disused and just left lying around, they kind of just didn't work anymore. I weighed myself today and I'm 73.4 kilograms. So we'll have a look on the boot stats, which I never went back over in a video, so we'll have a look at that, the comparison, and let's get on with the measuring. So we did it in centimetres in August, so we do that same. I did around the tops of my thighs, that is 102. Around your sort of, I guess it's your hips, like your lower belly, is it your lower belly? Is that a thing? 101. Around the waist is 86, and around like where I think under your arms, where you're going to get your back fat, that's got to be one of the most unappealing bits of fat, and you don't see it really, do you, because it's behind you. It's just a bit like your ass, I suppose. Yeah, a bit of a bonus. Don't look back. Anyway, today this is like 93. Okay, so time to have a bit of a tally up. It was a very bad sign the other day when my mum gave me some really nice hand-me-down clothes because she was getting fatter. And I don't say they fit snugly, but they fit really nicely and you feel really comfy in them, and you think, oh God, for starters, if I got thinner then I wouldn't be able to wear these nice clothes. And secondly, maybe I should just stay this weight because like it's really nice being in these comfy, loosey sort of clothes. That's probably not the attitude to adopt, is it? No, it's not. No, naughty. Whilst I've never been into diets or anything, I think for practical and necessity reasons now of getting ready for the race and just being generally fitter in life, it really would help me to lose a few pounds. Necessity and practicality, two pretty dull words, but I suppose if you've got the drive and you've got the ambition to get to a certain point, then it kind of weight loss has to tie in with my training plan, I suppose. Not eating cake, that's pretty dull as well, isn't it? That's pretty dull. Oh well. Let's just say I have an impending sense of doom. Okay, so not an epic fail, but a fail because everything has gone up. At the end of May, so 5 months ago, I was weighing 66.9 kilos and today I'm weighing 73.4. So that's not brilliant. And all the measurements are up a little bit as well. So this is not great and I'm wondering why this has happened. I have been there was that block in September where I didn't really train, but I've started to get into a bit more of a rigorous training regime. I suppose my muscles are built up a bit more, but you know, they're only going to weigh so much more than fat, and in actual fact, you know, the fact is I'm still carrying cake. So I don't think it's helping that I'm sitting doing a desk job. I work 9 to 5 in an office. That is not really helping me. Also in the office we have birthday buffets, and last week we had a big cream tea one, and the week before that we had a big cream tea one. So maybe when my friend's birthday buffet is coming up tomorrow, I shall not be allowed to eat at the table of the buffet. No. Oh God, that's going to be horrendous. But anyway, last week I started counting calories. Now you're supposed to have 2,000 calories a day as a female. You're supposed to have 1,500 calories or no more if you want to lose weight. So that is actually quite difficult because I home cook food, and home cooked food, and I don't eat processed food, and it's just like you think you're eating really healthy food, but if you actually add up the calories, you're tipping over the limit the whole time. So I'm not really sure what to do about that. I have also started yoga and keep fit again. Now I have to alternate that a bit over the weeks because I can't afford to do both classes each week, so it's one or the other. So another thing that I haven't mentioned along the way is that in May, or April, May, I gave up smoking after 26 years of giving up smoking. I can see why women are a bit worried about giving up smoking because they think they're going to get fat. Yeah, I think it's quite easy to put the pounds on, you get your appetite back. I didn't know that I was lacking in an appetite. But I thought, because I eat pretty healthy, but yeah, I guess, and you can dip into those fatty treats. It's a bit, a bit too tempting. So anyway, that is what it is. It's another challenge along the way. So suck it up. The other thing I kind of think, like you see women of my age and a bit older, and certainly older, and they're kind of, when the belly's going, and then they've got the pounds piling on around the hips and the, your love handles and all that, chunky buns. And I just wonder if those ladies, and the younger ladies actually that pile on the pounds, I wonder if, the husband just does all, the partner just doesn't say anything, and the kids don't really care. They might make some comment, but they might not. And, you kind of know, but you're too busy to do anything about it. And you do like cake and food, so... and you're trying to run around, saving the planet and cooking everyone's food and doing all the jobs and probably holding down a 9-to-5 job. So, I guess maybe it just sort of tips past the balance point sometimes, and then it's a bit hard to get back from that. I certainly noticed that my stomach muscles were starting to do that thing where they just go like that. And going back to yoga, definitely really noticed it, and I walk now, and it is a case of actually sucking in. It's not sucking in to look thinner, it's sucking in to hold your posture correctly, so that you're sucking in those stomach muscles and your pelvic floor muscles, which then help support the lower back. And obviously you're walking with better posture then, but just then you're not going to get that belly that just starts creeping out. I think also doing sit-ups and crunches and things is obviously going to help with that, but certainly being conscious of it and not just, I noticed sitting at my desk, you're just like, and it's really hard to pull that up when you're sitting at your desk, sitting anywhere. And so if you spend a lot of time sitting, this is why, and the men probably as well, this is why we're all like billowing out with the bellies, and then you add the fat on top of it as well, all round that area. It's not good. So I think that could be what's happening there, and maybe it's, that would help people if we were all a bit more conscious of that and didn't let it just get past the tipping point. I think mine was on the tipping point, and I've reclaimed it back, and I'm being more conscious about that now. So not a particularly joyous end to the video today, but if you like my video, do please give me a thumbs up, and do hit subscribe and the doodly ding down below.